It's Rich Smith Jr. here. I promised of my old video that I'll start getting the drawing, so let's get started. With this video, I wanted to get focused on doing the basics. So, basics meaning warming up. Just like with any workout, any good workout, or any good physical training program, you want to warm up. So, if these hands, not necessarily my hands, but if your hands are your muscles, your tendons, and all that good stuff, but they need warming up. So is your drawing muscle. Your eyes, your thought process of how you go about creating things. So before you draw anything, you always want to kind of like warm up a little bit. So what I like to do, I like to warm up. Just draw circles. So I am right-handed, obviously, so it feels natural for me to draw over to the right. Now, I do draw left-handed, and it takes a little more concentration for me to get, a semi-perfect-ish circle left-handed. But after I do it a couple times, it starts to become natural. I can feel my hand loosening up. I actually did a page of circles prior to recording this video. So I'm already pretty loose as it is, but it doesn't hurt, to stretch out my drawing muscles even more. Sorry, my camera's a little. I'm actually recording from my phone. I'm not that big of a baller yet to have all this fancy equipment, but I am doing the best that I can with what I have. So not just so this video is not boring. You don't see me drawing a bunch of circles. What I like to draw comic book type or animated type of heroes. I actually, like I mentioned before in my previous video, that I am a comic book artist, or at least an aspiring one. I am not published as of yet, but I am making my idea that I've had since I was about 11 or 12 years old. For the longest time, I called it The Legend of Phoenix, but after that was the longest time I've had the title, and like I've changed some things and still under that title, but now it's called Third Generation Phoenix. The reason being is that the main storyline, the main characters are actually the third generation of warriors to be bonded with mythological or mystic beast. And the main character, he's actually bonded with the Phoenix, and he is a third person to be bonded with this, with the Phoenix, and in their quest, not to sound too RGB or whatever, but in their journey to defeat evil and conquer dark forces that threaten our world. So he's a third host of the Phoenix, and so thus the title, Third Generation Phoenix. All right, so with what I'm doing here with the circle, so like I said, you want to go, so I'm right-handed, so going forward, going right, going to the left. Now, as far as how you grip your pencil, I may not be the best person to tell you this. I've seen people like, I read in a book, you're supposed to like have your index finger on top, thumb supporting it, and all the other fingers kind of like as your support. Now, I actually have warmed up like this for a long time. And this feels comfortable to me. It doesn't really feel too different than how I normally hold a pencil. I normally hold a pencil like how I write. So I'm gonna like shorthand my name. So how I write, I have like two fingers on the pencil. This is actually the first time I've actually analyzed how I hold this thing. This is starting to get weird to me, because everyone's always said, I've never seen somebody write like that, and I'm like, okay, well I write like that, so now you have. But yeah, so this is how I write. So if I'm right, just let me go ahead and scooch this down. So A, B, so yeah, I kind of like put like almost a death grip on this pencil, but this is what's comfortable to me. Now, what I did learn. Sorry for the shaky camera, guys. I got my phone on a wobbly type of yeah, but what I did learn when I was in art school, I went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh from summer of 2009 to about the end of the winter quarter, 2011. But yeah, so what I learned from one of my teachers, she told me I was trying to draw like this, and she told me, no, draw like you're writing your name. And so that's why I do this, but also don't hold the tip of the pencil so like you restrict your movement. So I try to hold about like middle of the pencil, or pretty much as far away from the tip as I can, just to keep everything loose, keep everything flowing. So when I get bored with the circles, I go for the ovals, and I overlap a lot. Like, this is not supposed to be neat, it's not supposed to be clean or anything. This is the warm-up. This is you stretching your drawing muscles. So And like in the warm now, in physical exercises, you do want to stretch, properly. In a sense, you do want to stretch properly here, but like I said, I'm not doing this for any kind of final piece or portfolio, so I'm just drawing it out. All right. And then after I do that, I like to just so after I get a page of circles in, I like to start doing a little more stricter warm-up process. Once again, sorry for the wobbly camera. So, once again, not putting a death grip on the tip of my pencil, but keeping my fingers about a good ways away from it. Start drawing just basic 3D geometric shapes. Maybe add some shading. I draw a circle here to make a cylinder. I draw a bigger circle and a smaller circle to just throw in. Like I said, this is all a warm-up. This does not have to be pretty at all. My warm-ups are usually pretty, in my opinion, pretty ugly. But that just makes my final pieces that much more beautiful. And you don't have to always draw three-dimensional shapes. You can draw, one-dimensional shapes. I like to add curves. Like, let me actually see a good page. Oh, good. Yeah, right here. I like to draw like a box. This is actually something I really like to draw, like a curved 3D box. I don't know why I do this, but I've never really questioned it, and neither should you. So, something like that, like a curved 3D box. And also, what I want to mention is your pressure. So, depending on what you're drawing, yeah, you want to really draw kind of hard or whatever. But if you want to draw something real soft, just keep in mind your pencil pressure. And then I go to drawing straight lines, or as straight as I can get them. So, and this video, I don't want to make this video too long, only because I am pressed for time, and I have to get to my second job. Not necessarily, because I technically work 3 jobs, or at least I say I work 3 jobs. I have a day job from like 7:30 a.m. to pretty much when the job is done, so like 3-4 o'clock. Then I work nights at some place. I don't want to make this video about my personal life and the jobs that I really don't particularly like, but my third job is pretty much this right here. Recording my YouTube, making videos, making content for my YouTube channel, drawing, being creative, designing t-shirts, which I do design t-shirts. I haven't been designing a whole lot lately, only because, like I said, time's been against me. I am putting the death grip on the tip of my pencil. I apologize, guys. I'm being a hypocrite of my own teaching, but you still want to strive to keep that death grip away, only to just make your drawings, more relaxed. But anyhow, so this is the job that I really like, and I want to actually make into a career that actually at least makes me enough money to pay my bills and put some away for savings. Alright. And this is something that I actually read in the Illustrator's Guidebook 21 Draw, that I actually won in a contest from the Draw with Jazza page, which Jazza has been a huge influence on what I do. I've been a long time subscriber and watcher of his videos, and always, everything he says. Well, not everything, but a lot of things he says in his videos actually I take to heart and put into my own artistic style. And in the book, which I will review at some point in the future, it did say to do these like spirals. So kind of like start out, just go big. And the more you do it, the looser you want to be. Now, you don't have to be necessarily tight on it, as long as you keep that hand moving. Like I said, this is not supposed to look pretty at all. Like this is just a bunch of, if I were to show somebody, they would just say, oh, you just scribbled and drew crap everywhere, which that literally what it is. But as an artist, you have to look at it as a different, we see the world differently. This is, oh, if I were to see this on someone's page, I was like, oh, this is good. This is a warm-up page. I know you got a bunch of circles, a bunch of shapes. That's all well and good. So, warm-up pages are actually a really good thing to have in your sketchbook, because this does show that, at least you understand that you have to exercise that drawing muscle. And I mean, that is something I will definitely refer to it as, because it is, like I said, it is like a muscle. I am plenty guilty of drawing on cold muscles. Sometimes I'm just so eager to get into something that I just want to draw it, or I'm pressed for time and I just want to get something done, which is never a bad thing to always draw. It's never a bad thing. You want to draw every day, draw frequently as you can, and draw things that, both challenge you and also things that both, make you happy. So even if you are drawing on cold muscles, you're still drawing, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if so something like this, what I actually am striving to get into the habit of doing is doing my warm-ups, doing at least 2 to 3 pages of, just warm-up sketches, or circles and shapes and all that good stuff. So 2 to 3 pages, and then go into a page of doing just all gesture drawings. So by gesture drawings, I mean looking at the human figure. This is going to be very, very crude, but look at the human figure. Just don't get too caught up on the details. Just keep that pencil flowing. And don't worry about the shape. You don't really want to worry about geometric shapes. You want to worry about the form, what the body is saying. Make sure everything is there. So this is what I mean by gestures. So I don't know if you can see it that well. My lamp has been drifting off. And I am using a 4H pencil. So actually, let me try doing something like that again. This is actually, what I'm about to draw is something that I've actually been practicing. I have a book, The Nude Figure, and I've been, drawing gestures out of that. So I'm going to show you that real quick. So this pose is from the sitting pose section of the nude figure. So this was a pose of a woman. She is sitting on a stool with her legs up and crossed, but you can't see them from the front because this is a shot that's been, shot from the back. At the stool in here, throwing some legs. Sorry, I am actually concentrating on the drawing more than making sure that everything is being caught in frame. But once I, get some money saved and invested into some actual good equipment, you will see better quality videos from my channel, I assure you. But this is what you want to go for. So something not too detailed, not too constrained to the shapes, but something that looks like a human figure, and you can tell what the human figure is doing. So I was actually in the habit for a good minute of just waking up before I went to work, and I did 20 gesture drawings a day. I need to get back into that because I felt like my if anything, my art did improve through me doing that, but the consistency of always keeping your hand loose and getting that and keeping that drawing muscle, because like I said, it is a muscle, so the more you use it, the better it will be. So the stronger your drawings, the stronger your observational skills, all that good stuff. So the importance of just warming up your drawing, starting with just basic circles and ovals and squares, triangles, keep to your basic shapes, straight lines. I have done straight lines just doing something like this so well that I've almost been able to